Hey guys, I know I haven't been on YouTube the past couple of months, and the reason for that is I basically started a new business. In the middle of March, 2020, I started selling face masks. As you guys know, this was right as coronavirus, COVID-19 was kicking off. And within the first 30 days of launching this new business, I did $1.3 million in revenue because I was completely dedicated to maximizing the opportunity and helping serve, the US healthcare system with face masks in a time of much need. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys just some proof here. So these are just a couple of checks that I got. That first one there, what is it? $70,000. This one, $60,000. This one's a $10,000, $9,000 check. This one's a $20,000 pay stub. Here's another $13,000 check. Say these are just a few of the checks that I received. Like I said, I did $1.3 million in revenue in the first 30 days. And really, I just wanted to take some time. I'm making a couple of videos, all about this experience. Quite frankly, there's a lot that can be said about what just happened. It's still pretty shocking to me what I was able to accomplish, what the team was able to accomplish within such a quick, short time period, and how quickly we were able to scale a completely new business that we really didn't know anything about this product. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and in this video, I just want to kind of reflect on why I was able to capitalize on this opportunity and kind of those key lessons or those key skills or those, why was I able to do this? What allowed me to be able to do this? What were those items that presented this opportunity for me? And then how was I able to capitalize on it? I think that there's some really useful takeaways in having me reflect on this experience and then share that with you so that you can go out there and capitalize on the next opportunity that might be presented to you. One of the great things about this business model and the products that I'm selling here, these face masks, I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, 110%. There's absolutely no reason of why I need to hold anything back with you here. Quite frankly, this product is very hard to sell. It took a massive, very quick learning curve, a very strong toll on me mentally and physically to be able to get this new business off the ground in such a short amount of period of time and have such immediate success. There's really a lot of barriers and challenges to selling this product, and you really need to know how to handle suppliers very well. On the China side, we're now sourcing products from other countries as well, but from the sourcing and the supplier side all the way through the logistics, you have to be extremely knowledgeable in these areas to be able to pull this type of business off. So because of that, I'm really not concerned about sharing the nitty gritty, the details with you just on exactly how I was able to do this. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about what those key things were that made this opportunity work. So the first main takeaway here is to surround yourself with like-minded people. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't come up with this idea. It wasn't my idea to start selling face masks. In the middle of March, I had a mastermind group. And if you guys aren't in a mastermind group, with other highly successful sellers, or at least sellers that are around like your same level, I would highly recommend it. That's probably one main takeaway that you should take away from this video, is definitely get yourself in a mastermind group or surround yourself with people that are doing similar things to you. And I got to give credit to one of the guys in that group. In the middle of the March, we all hopped on a call together, and I don't know, it came up somehow in conversation that he got contacted by a local state government up in Massachusetts, and they'd reached out to him inquiring if he knew how to get masks because they were running into a shortage. And this was it was probably the middle of March. And he said that the order size was going to be like pretty life-changing for him. It was like going to be game-changing. And when I heard him say that, all of a sudden, like, all these sparks started going off in my head, and I started thinking to myself, wait a second, if this guy's getting opportunities like this and somebody approached him like cold just because he had connections to a factory in China, like they were willing to buy masks from him, this should be something or an opportunity that I should start to explore. And that was really kind of the initial spark of the whole new opportunity, the whole new business that I created and was able to scale to $1.3 million in 30 days. So the main takeaway there is to surround yourself with like-minded people, because you really never know when somebody is going to say something and you're going to be able to apply maybe the same idea or in a slightly different way, or it's going to spark some sort of, imaginative or creative or innovative, thinking that you'll be able to apply into your business. It's so important to surround yourself with like-minded people for so many reasons. I mean, they push you, they help you achieve your goals. Healthy competition is always a good thing. Just being and surrounding yourself with people that are all talking about the same thing just goes leaps and bounds to helping you progress and build a bigger, better, larger business, if that's your goal. And that's definitely the goal for me. And I got to give credit to that mastermind group, because if I wasn't in that meeting that day, I don't know if I ever would have started this. And that's the truth. Those guys sparked my imagination and I took action. The next thing that I want to point out here, or the next big reflection, the thing that I think really made a difference for me in this opportunity, was what I'm going to consider connecting the dots. And I think that this is a skill set that I've developed over the years. I've been thinking a lot more about this as I try to reflect more on just what my skills are. I believe connecting the dots is one of the most valuable skills that I have. And what I mean by that is I can be exposed to some new information, or maybe I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm reading a book, or I see something on TV, or a new product idea, or somebody says something to me. That one single idea can fire off like 10 other ideas, and I can immediately know how to apply them into my own business. I can connect the dots very quickly when applying new inputs of information, and I can do that extremely fast. So if I see something or I hear something, or I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, I'm able to take those inputs immediately in and immediately apply them to my current situation, identify, what needs to be changed, or how I can improve this certain aspect, or how I can, rearrange rearrange the resources or my team or whatever it is, and to, realign or capitalize. I'm very good at connecting the dots. That's the best way I could put it. And I think that skill allowed me to have all the pieces kind of come together. It was that initial conversation in that mastermind group that kind of sparked that initial interest, the opportunity. I saw that there was something there, and then I was able to immediately start to connect the dots of how I could pull off the exact same thing, or how I could compound that, how I could grow that even bigger and even into more opportunity than what my friend was talking about. So I was able to connect those dots immediately and apply them to my own situation, and then have this compound effect on the whole opportunity. So if I were you and I was sitting at home and I was thinking about developing this skill, and I think that this is a very valuable skill, I think it's also more and more important as I get older and realize that this is one of my most valuable skills, is that I need to be constantly exposing myself to new things, new environments, new situations, because you just really never know what's going to inspire you and how those dots are going to connect. So putting yourself in new situations, just putting yourself out there and then being able to cascade or connect those dots as fast as you can. How can I apply this to my business? What do I need to change? Can this be implemented? Is this right for me? Having all of those sparks then fire off in your brain, I think is really healthy. I think it's a great skill, and I credit that to my success in this new business. The next key kind of reflection here, or main point that I think was game changing for me, that really allowed me to capitalize on this opportunity, was the transfer of skills or the transfer of resources. And what I mean by this is, and I'm gonna get more into this in future videos that I put out, but all these masks, all these PPE products that I sold were not sold on Amazon. Okay? Didn't sell any on Amazon. In fact, we still haven't. Five months after starting this business, haven't sold a single mask on Amazon. And you might think, wow, I'm, an expert at Amazon. Well, yes, that's true. However, I'm also an expert at sourcing, logistics, negotiation. I mean, these are all things that were crucial in the success of this business. And those were skills that I've learned through Amazon FBA. Because I was selling on Amazon, because I knew how to source, because I had a team, an infrastructure, because I was able to learn and transfer these skills so easily from that business model into this business model with making a few minor tweaks, I was able to apply those skills and really compound on the progress or the ability for me to take advantage of this opportunity. And the main point here is that you really need to be able to have an open mind and know how to apply and know that the skills that you're learning here in Amazon FBA are extremely valuable in other areas, in other industries that might be overlooked or you might not be directly thinking about. I know that I've talked quite a bit about the opportunity off Amazon FBA. I'm going to be continuing to talk about the opportunity off Amazon FBA. I'm now a living example of the opportunity that exists off of Amazon FBA. $1.3 million in 30 days sales off of Amazon FBA. 0 sales happened on Amazon. 0 sales happened on my website. And I'm going to get a lot more into just how I did that. However, the point of this video is about, or the point of this point here is about the skills transfer and the skills that you're learning on Amazon FBA and the accessorial, if that's even a word, the accessory skills that you learn because you're doing Amazon FBA are invaluable. and easily transferable into other aspects of your life, other businesses, etc. So developing the skills that you learn on Amazon FBA, don't just think about Amazon FBA is a means all to the end. You can apply them elsewhere. They're extremely valuable. Case in point. So the last point that I want to make on kind of my reflection here on why I was able to capitalize on this opportunity has to do with speed or doubling down. So I had that initial conversation in my mastermind group. I was able to connect the dots. I was able to transfer the skills over very easily. And then I was able to double down. And speed came in crucially here. I was working 17 hours a day for weeks. As soon as I got validation that I started to see success in this opportunity, as soon as I tasted the success, as soon as I knew I was onto something, I doubled down. I lived, I breathed this new business. Everything else went on pause basically for me. And all I could think about was, how do I blow this up to over $1 million in as fast as I could, okay? And that was the goal. That was, I knew I was onto something and I just continued to double down. And that's exactly what I did. Was I nervous? Absolutely. In fact, this was the most stressful time. And I'm gonna make more videos on this too, guys. It was the most stressful time in my entire life. In my entire life. I've never been so stressful in my entire life. But I just kept pushing through and I kept doubling down. Every time I got, one more day, we progress a little bit more. I'd learn a little bit more. We'd get another sale. We'd deliver another successful shipment. It would get easier. And I just continued to double down as this was continuing on. And I knew that this was a very limited time opportunity. So that was also contributing to, my excitement or why this was such an urgent opportunity. I knew it was like basically now or never. It was something that I had to execute on yesterday. And that's one of the main reasons of why I was able to have all of these things kind of come together. I was able to piece those other three things together very quickly, and then I was able to double down and execute. I took action extremely fast. So the main takeaway here is, once you know that you're on to something, once you know that you're on the right track, you get that validation, whether it's customer validation, sales validation. Dollar signs are probably the most valuable form of validation an entrepreneur can receive. So once you start getting those dollar signs, that feedback, that positive reinforcement that you're on to something, that's when you know. That's the sign. That's when you double down. That's when you take action. That's when you put the pedal to the metal. That's when you gotta really push and make it happen. And that's the difference. I was able to be in the right place at the right time with the right people, connect the dots with the correct resources or transfer of resources, and then I was able to double down on the opportunity and really maximize it to my fullest ability in 30 days. The results, guys, like I said, these are just a couple of checks that I have here. The results, $1.3 million in 30 days. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next video. Get out there and crush it.